one wasn't as bad. I was like, yeah, because you can't taste anything.
I can't taste anything anymore.
You got the trackers.
I poured way too much of this one.
Yeah, way too much. Way too much.
I think I almost passed out. I'm not kidding. Once we got to here, I was like, all right.
Once you started.
Wow.
Yeah, I made a whoopsie.
So as Tony Gallo begins to take reins as president here, we're going to sit down and ask him some hard-hitting questions while doing a Hot Ones style wing interview. So are you ready to proceed here?
Let her rip.
Let her rip. All right.
Let's go.
First one, we're starting off with the Hot Ones Buffalo style.
I'll let you go first. Grazie. Oh, careful with the pours.
Don't worry, they're not that hot.
Careful with the pours. That one's easy though.
So, Tony, you've essentially grown up alongside Banko Beverage. How did working in the family business, shape you becoming your leadership philosophy, and how did this shape you becoming a takeover?
Well, I started at the bottom, so I was literally the lowest guy on the pole for absolutely years, and that was delicious. And
Very good.
When I came up, it was the late '90s, so it was all about respect, really. And it should still be now. Times have changed a little bit, but back then it was really a hierarchy thing.
Do you feel this was something that you had to kind of earn, coming from the Banko family, or?
So I always was hard on myself because my last name was tied directly to Banko.
So you felt a responsibility.
I felt a responsibility to the company as a whole to earn my respect.
Sure.
And it was not easy.
Yeah.
Everyone always had something to say. So it was definitely a tough way to get started, but all of the lessons that everyone taught me
Made you who you are.
Made me who I am today, and gave me the philosophy behind how I like to see Banko run as a whole.
Sure.
And it was a family business back then, and it remains a family business now, regardless of growth.
Yeah, and I think that goes a long way. It says a lot of things, especially out there in the market.
I believe I believe it does, and I believe you can see that resonating in the market every day when we're out there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's go on to number 2 here. Number 2, we're going to do the
delicious and easy
smoky jalapeno.
I'm gonna just throw on that. You know what? We're going with a whole new one.
Go a whole new one. Yeah, you got to do the whole new one.
Yeah.
So, as Banko being a family-run business for decades, with the market, changing all the time. Craft beer was huge. Now we're kind of seeing beer die out a little bit. How do you plan on innovating, when it comes to the future of the company and in the ever-changing tides of the market?
That's a good one.
Makes it taste smoked.
The question and the hot sauce.
Yeah.
So, when I got started, when I first started, I didn't really see much of the beer because I was in like the truck shop and the gas station cutting grass and stuff like that. I was only 16 years old, so I really wasn't allowed to touch beer. But once I turned 18, I also felt that it was my duty to pay attention to everything going on around me.
Sure.
At that time, Seagrams and the Woodchucks and malt liquors were huge. They were absolute monsters. They controlled not just our market, but the entire United States market. And I've seen those things just like that ebb and flow over the last 25, 30 years.
Yep.
They say history repeats itself. It's not just about life.
It's everything.
The beer industry repeats itself. Mm-hmm. I could see in the early 2000s, I could see the craft beer thing popping its head because we had a couple of local monsters out here with a couple brands that we don't carry anymore, so I won't mention their names. But I saw that coming, and I told our guys at the time, and I was just a lowly warehouse worker. I told our guys at the time, listen, we need to hop on this trend. Before everyone else does.
Yep.
Executive level at the time didn't see my vision, which is completely understandable because this stuff was not really moving in the market.
Well, and you were newer into it, and
Right. I was a peon in the warehouse,
Sure.
so it wasn't. No one's really listening to my analytics on beer sales in the market, which is understandable. But it did end up becoming a real thing,
Very real.
But now look at it.
Yep.
Now look at it. Now craft is on the lower side of things, and the big guys that did their thing and made a name for themselves, they came out.
Legacy brands.
The legacy brands came out the other side.
Yep.
And then we saw the same thing with seltzers, and going forward, my philosophy is just going to be looking into the future like I always have, and trying to see what the next big thing could be. And we're all willing to take risks.
Just keeping your head to the ground.
That's one thing about Banko is, we rely on you too. With the guys on the street, we always listen to the guy on the street's work. If you guys come to us and tell us that you see something, we take our time out and we do our research and we see if
it shows.
We see if it's something that we should really dive into, and if it is, we dive into it. You've seen it with a couple of brands.
Sure.
And now we're doing the same thing with non-alcoholic. And we're trying to break into the liquor segment with that too, just by a couple things that we'll have coming up here in the future, doing some stuff that'll be a little new to the area, and putting our non-alcoholic stuff in the hands of people drinking liquor to see if we can cover some sales in that segment as well. You know what I mean?
Ever changing, ever innovating.
Yep. Always.
Yeah, so following up with, saying how you were younger and having some ideas and everything like that, do you think having that experience and having that, going through that, allows you to maybe listen to some of the younger guys and some of the people, kind of have their ear to the streets, and be a little more, aware of those things?
So, not being listened to for a while there when I was coming up is one of my business traumas.
Yeah.
And I understand why no one was listening to me at the time. I was a bit of a knucklehead, And once again, like I said, I was
go through it.
Right. I was very far down on the totem pole. So, these guys were the professionals at the time, and they weren't really listening to me, and I understood that. But going forward now, that's why everyone's voice is heard.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have that respect.
That's why everyone's voice is heard, because we're all in this together. It's one big family. We're all trying to move the train in the same direction.
Bring us all up.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's go to, looks like we got Bunky's hot sauce.
When's this going to get hot?
I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for the same thing.
Yeah, when's it going to get hot?
I'll let you go again there.
It's tasty right now.
Finish your last one.
Oh, wait a minute. You're rude.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers, brother. All right, so this next question is kind of leading off of the one that we just spoke about. With these changes in the industry, and all the boom in the non-alcoholic options and everything like that, what trends do you see defining Banko in the next decade? And, how do you see us pivoting and moving forward, since, beer is still moving, but it's obviously not the monster that it once was.
So I touched on that in the last question.
Yeah.
Non-alcohol is huge. It's blowing up right now. I do not see it being trendy like these other alcoholic products were.
Sure.
I see certain products within the segment obviously being trendy, but the whole segment overall is not a trend. There's a lot more non-drinkers nowadays.
Calorie conscious.
There's a lot more calorie conscious, health conscious people nowadays, which is amazing. I fully support that. So if we can break into certain areas with these non-alcoholic products, it's going to continuously give us a leg up.
It'll also open doors.
It is going to continuously give us a leg up. And why not get into all of the things that our partners sell, our clients sell? Why not? Can we get into cigars?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Can we get into pretzels?
Yeah.
Can we get into game wraps? Can we get into, these are the things
Evolving.
that there's always meat on the bone.
Yeah.
And especially in this industry, you just you can't have horse blinders on.
No.
You always have to be open-minded about what we can do next, you know? And it doesn't always have to be beer. It doesn't always have to be a liquid. We might be able to get involved with products that can end up in the same bay, on the same truck, in a box, right on top of beer, right on top of non-alcoholic that can get dropped off to the same
Essentially,
places.
you know, a logistics company. You know,
Literally, I believe we are a logistics company that
in a sense,
handles liquid. You know what I mean? So why not? We're so good at it already.
Why pigeonhole ourselves into
Why
one
not?
area?
Why not keep building on it and see? See where we can go. If we need another building, then we make that happen. We open up another building that houses the rest of the stuff, and it all can go on one truck at the end of the day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
One-stop shop.
I believe that focusing on the logistics end of it will put more money in Banko's pocket at the end of the day and help us grow the business substantially.
While still us staying, you know, that local family-run, you know,
That will never change.
Having that feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Did you eat it? I didn't eat it.
I had a bite, and it's really, really good.
Oh my God.
I think that one's coming home with me.
Oh my God.
That's the best one we had.
Forgot we were doing an interview for a
Granted, it
second.
was only the third one, but still. Let's go. We're going to do the Verde.
This is the one you've been waiting for.
This is the one I've been waiting for. That is correct.
Oh, no.
So while we're on the topic here and we're eating, where's your favorite place to eat? Could be a restaurant, could be a style of food, could be an atmosphere.
Favorite places to eat. We'll keep this to obviously the Valley, stay in the market.
Sure.
My favorite place to eat, and I don't think this is a surprise to anyone that knows me even a little bit,
I think I already know the answer.
is Three Oaks Steakhouse. Shout out to the Gusto group. Sorry for singling that out and calling my favorite, but I mean it's not a surprise if you are on any of my social media. I'm there
Big
about
fan.
once a week.
Yeah. You being Mr. Easton.
Yeah. I frequent everything in Easton all the time. So anywhere you want to go in Easton, downtown, around the circle, within a 2, 3, 4 block radius, you are going to catch a good meal.
Yeah, agreed.
Once I travel outside, get to Bethlehem, that's another one, man. If you can get on Main Street there, you're not going to catch a bad meal.
All within walking
You're not
distance.
going to catch a bad meal
Nope.
floating around there.
Definitely not.
And then
What about your favorite place outside the Valley?
outside the Valley, hold on, I want to mention PA Rye Co.
Okay.
I want to mention PA Rye Co. One of my favorite
PA
spots.
Rye.
Nice little hidden gem. Outside of the Valley, take me to any Ruth's Chris or Morton's or
Okay. Big steakhouse guy.
Big Steakhouse
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
Any Ruth's Chris.
Favorite cut?
Morton's. Give me a cowboy steak.
Okay.
Give me a ribeye.
Okay.
Yeah, all day long.
Awesome.
Give me a big juicy ribeye, please. Thank you. Oh, I didn't eat this one.
Also, we'd like to shout out Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza for the wings today. They are about halfway through and they're fantastic.
Stupendous.
Yeah.
Let's try the queso sin queso.
Yeah. Quesos and queso.
Sorry, I don't know who runs this, but I'm not sponsored by y'all, and this smells like fart in a bottle.
So, talk to me a little about your personal life, family. You have children, pets?
So, I have 2 teenagers. My daughter is 18. My son is 16.
These are the kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing kids. Better than I could have ever been in life, so I feel like I did my thing.
Taught them what not to do?
Taught them what not to do 150%. Sure.
Some of us got to learn the hard way.
Out of wisdom and in real time sometimes.
Some of us got to learn the hard way.
We grew up together, no doubt, and I apologize to them for that all the time, and then they continue to tell me that I'm the best dad ever, so I'll take it.
Relatable.
Right, I'll take
Sure.
it. And then As of 2 days ago, I had 3 dogs and 2 birds, and then yesterday I went to the store to buy my dogs a ball and came home with another parrot. So now I have 3 parrots and 3 dogs.
That's a lot different than going to Wegmans and just picking up, something small and coming home with something.
Yeah, nah, you come home with a whole other living being that you're responsible for, but I'm just an absolute weirdo like that. So, yeah.
Well, we can tell this one's starting to get into the territory.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Give it a sec.
Some habanero in there.
Yep. It's pretty good, though.
Delicious.
I'm definitely going to be...
Your fart in a bottle tastes great. does not taste like a fart in a bottle.
Definitely going to be sweating by the end of this one for sure. Not this sauce, the end of the round here.
If it got hot there, because it got a little hot for me there too.
Yep. It's going to get bad.
It's going to be fun.
Hopefully we don't, have to have a trash can near us.
Yeah, hopefully I don't throw up. Looking at my production guy that thought we were going to throw up.
Yeah.
Let's go. Ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm ready for this. This one smelled it.
Now, now that we're getting a little bit of hot ones, I'm going to let you start eating the wing before I ask you.
I'm just pouring it on like it's still not hot.
Still not hot?
Uh-huh.
All right, full send. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Let's go. There it is.
Hell yeah.
Around the lips a little bit.
Feeling it on the brow a little bit. So Banko has a history of community involvement and doing a lot of things with local businesses and things like that. What's one thing that sticks out to you as a very proud moment for the Banko Beverage family?
I'd have to say, so far,
That is smoky.
my proudest moment for the company as a whole was that 90th anniversary party.
Okay.
And it wasn't like it was like the party itself was a huge accomplishment for Banko Beverage Company. But just the amount of love that I could feel in that room.
Yeah.
With all of those people there.
It was a special day.
Celebrating the company and its 90 years. It is no small feat for a company to make it 90 years,
Especially a local family-run business.
Yeah, normally they fail by 3rd generation, and I'm 4th generation, and I'll say I have seen some stuff, man.
Yeah.
I have seen some stuff.
You've seen people come and go.
Oh yeah,
stay,
I've seen it all. Yeah, I've seen people retire at 40 plus years. I've seen people that were here for 20 plus years get the boot. You know what I mean? And they weren't booted for no reason.
Yeah.
And the people that stayed for 40, they weren't here for no reason.
Yep.
So...
well, and that shows. I mean, people who are out there who see the industry, I mean, me personally, I've worked for other local companies and, worked for a local distributor, and my goal of my career was to work for Banko because of those reasons, because of people stay here, people don't leave, people, there's a reason.
Our turnover rate is unhealthily low.
Yeah, and that shows. I mean, that goes a long way.
Yeah, I mean...
Getting a little hot there.
Yeah, actually, it is a little hot. That was my proudest moment for the company. But I'm proud of the company every day, man. Like I just can't. There's no way to explain the dedication that people have for this place, and you will only experience it the only way to experience it is if you work here or work hand in hand with us.
Sure.
And this place exudes happy workers. Mm-hmm. Like, now this is the guy at the top of the totem pole maybe having a little ego in this comment, but I walk around all the time, man, and a lot of people shoot it to me straight. And sure, there's a couple people here that they have their we all have our bad days, and they can have their bad days at work too. But
everybody's human.
At the end of the day, I truly feel like this place brings everyone together. I truly feel like we are a little family, regardless of if we hang out after work or anything like that. Whenever we have these get-togethers or whenever we're all in the building, you can feel the love. I know that sounds cliche, but you know that when someone says, anything you need, I'm here for you. They're not just saying those
that.
words.
Sure.
If you make that call, someone's going to show up, man.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I think that is what makes me the most proud of Banko. There is no fake, the BS, anything you need, I'm there for you. Someone says that to you here, they're really serious, man. They're gonna be there for you, and they'll do anything for you. And I mean, that shows in our track record of how we treat our employees, and that makes me proud. Being able to run a successful business like that on a day-to-day basis, knowing that there is more meat on the bone, there's more money to be made.
Sure.
But making more money sometimes takes away from the personal aspect of the business.
Okay.
It takes away from that family feeling.
Yeah. You just looked as more of a figurehead, kind of.
We'll never look at anyone here as a number.
Yeah.
And if we have a new hiree and I haven't gotten around to learning their name, you better believe I'm going to figure it out one way or another. You know, if it's the hat you're wearing and I do some analogy between your hat and your name or whatever it may be, I'm going to figure out your name. I'm going to figure out what kind of family you got. I'm going to ask you about your family. And I don't feel like that's specific to just me. I feel like that runs the gambit of the executive level at this place. I don't think that there's anyone in here that looks down on any one other person.
Truly care about.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a huge aspect of this place thriving in the manner that it does. Not looking at people as profits.
Sure.
I
think everybody too, when they're out in, the general public and someone says, hey, who do you work for? I work for Banko Beverage. It's a point of pride.
Well, and the pride that you have in answering that, they feel when you give that answer.
Exactly. Yep.
And when you tell someone that, especially someone that is in our industry, they ask you that question, you tell them I work at Banko, and they're like, oh
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every time they're like, oh. And it's like, our name holds weight, and it's on us to make sure that it always holds the right weight, right?
Agreed. Let's keep moving here.
Yes,
We're going
please.
on to number 7. Which one is this?
This is the forbidden fruit.
Okay.
It smells a little sweet. Oh, I'm still pouring like it's not hot. I'm still pouring like it's not hot. So dumb.
All right.
We're gonna have a little preemptive sip of beer here.
Oh, wait, I already have one. Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Hold on. Let me get hot first.
Oh yeah, get yourself hot. Oh, that was a big dab there.
I'm a big dapple day.
Get the cap there.
Oh my God, that tastes so good.
Well, I'm glad it does, because what's one thing about Banko's culture or operations, that would surprise someone outside the company? Like, what's maybe a little known fact that's something around here? Oh, that's not going to be.
We are all children that can operate at a high business capacity. We are all men running around and women running around in diapers. Less the women, but the men. And somehow we are still able to pull it all together and be successful professionals.
Yeah. Agreed. That's what keeps it fun.
And I believe that runs the gambit. I don't think that there is... the women are definitely more professional than all of the men.
I think that's kind of...
Right.
Can kind of go across the board.
I'm not saying that
getting a little
we're out here, acting a complete fool, but...
Work hard, play hard.
We do both equally.
Yep.
We do both extremely equally, and we are not, as my general manager likes to say, selling toothpaste here,
Nope. It's beer.
It's beer, so if you can't have fun in this industry, you don't belong in it. Mm-hmm. And... It's beer.
I thought this was going to be more towards the wing.
Well, that's what just stopped me. The heat just hit and stopped me.
They're starting to creep up a little bit there.
Honestly, that was the best one we've had so far.
The flavor is fantastic.
That was out of this world.
Yeah, flavor is fantastic. Well, we'll keep it moving then.
A little hot.
Yeah, they're definitely. This next one's the one I'm not looking forward to.
No, I don't even want to eat this.
Yeah. Well, we're here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the bomb.
We're here for a good time.
This tastes like a fire inside your mouth, from what I hear.
Yeah. Third from last here.
The bomb evolution.
The bomb, and we're at 135 Scoville units on this one. So
It's
135,000. Sorry.
Oh, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah. Well, 135,600. So I know you're more of a 135,500 guy.
135,559. The way
It comes out like sludge.
it's reminding me of like Gino's hot sauce, which I love.
So, if you could have one drink with someone from history, whether it be an actor or a figurehead, politician, whoever it may be, who would it be?
One drink from anyone in history.
Oh man.
That tastes like shit.
Yeah.
God, that tastes terrible.
That's really hot.
One drink from anyone with anyone in history.
These last ones are gonna suck.
I want to have a drink with Aristotle.
Aristotle. Okay. Why? Just to pick his brain? Here,
Yeah, I
just see what he
mean,
has to say?
philosophers intrigue me.
Okay.
The time that he was alive is incredibly intriguing in terms of history.
Well, and the knowledge that they had and the.
I would love to know what he considered ancient history and just his thoughts on alcohol and
What kind of beer do you think Aristotle would drink?
mead.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I could kind of get
Stella.
Yeah, Stella.
Stella.
I don't think he was Belgian, but
No. Yeah, I would go. I'm a nerd, so I would go Aristotle on that one.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. We're getting towards the end here, buddy. How you feeling?
I can taste that we're getting towards the end here
Yeah.
because that was hot.
That was, to be honest, it wasn't as bad as I was anticipating.
It didn't taste good though.
It wasn't. No.
No, it didn't taste good at all.
I'm noticing.
We are on to
I'm eating less and less of my wings.
the Mano Loco Matasanos. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I can't pronounce it.
It's a great dialect. You went cross-eyed when you smelled that.
It's getting hot.
It's getting pretty hot.
I get hot on my tongue. Oh!
Oh. Well, we'll all go to the loony bin together, there, buddy. I keep putting another one on my plate while I already have one.
Yeah, it's the hot sauce getting to you.
Yep. It's getting to my brain. Oh, man. All right.
Me putting that back was just stalling.
Well, while you got that going there, what, other than, eating hot wings for a video, what are your favorite hobbies to do outside of work? Oh, my God. I appreciate you going all in.
What was the question?
I think it was, what was your favorite hobbies to do outside of Banko Beverage here?
There's tears. I love
I'm getting sweaty.
I love my friends and family, and my animals, my birds and dogs. So
I thought you were talking about us.
anything I can do involving any of them, preferably all of them. But beyond that, undescript. I'm forgetting vocabulary. That shit was so hot. Beyond that generally blanketed statement, anything with an engine and some wheels. I enjoy going to the firing range. And I don't remember anything else right now because that was so hot.
Well, you're going to forget a lot more.
It's so hot.
Cool, that's the first time on the show.
It's so hot.
All right, well,
All right.
you want to send her home there, bud?
Yeah, sure. No, I'm ready to stop killing myself.
Yeah, I'm ready for this to be over. Here you go, my friend. Oh, I'm starting to see like double vision. All right.
I wasn't expecting this.
That burp probably was rough.
That burp tasted just as hot coming up
Yeah.
as it did going down.
Jeez.
No, this isn't well done enough. I need one more well done. Well, I'm not going to throw up, but I might pass out.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting that. What, do I got a boogie?
So this one is...
Oh, did I just wipe that with hot sauce? Oh, things are about to get interesting.
Well, let's power through here.
Things are about to get really interesting now.
So this one, that previous one is about 680...
680,000 Scoville? Yeah. What's this? 1.3 million, I believe?
No, we're at about 2.693.
I did it again.
So we're almost
with the amount.
That's not gonna. All right, well I'll go there. Right, I'll go to Looney Bin.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do what I did.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. It's been real, my friend.
Made with Pepper X. So I know what Pepper X is, guys.
It doesn't sound good.
That is one of the last patented hottest hot sauces in the world. Or, I mean, peppers in the world.
Need some milk? Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Something got on my lip.
Oh my god.
It's not going to be good. I can taste it right away.
All right, so the role of being president brings its own challenges. What's one skill or lesson that you're going to be working on personally to prepare for taking on this new role? That one actually wasn't.
Having a conversation. No, because our taste buds are scorched off of our mouths.
No, it takes a sec.
I started answering. I don't even remember what I was saying.
I don't even remember the question I asked. What's one thing, taking on this new role? What's one thing, that you're working on personally to prepare for that?
Having conversations to listen, to always listen, not to respond exactly, especially in the moment. I want to hear
react.
I want to hear everything that is being said. I want to calculate an answer. I might not even be able to give you an answer in real time because every answer that I give now at the position that I'm out at holds great weight.
Sure.
And it involves all of us, the answer that I make.
To be a lot more thought.
So all of my answers have to take into consideration everyone from my position, Banko at a helicopter view, and then zooming in all the way down to the bottom of the totem pole. I have to incorporate everyone in that decision because that's the only way I can continue to run this place like a family-owned business and not a Walmart or a McDonald's. I have to make sure that I hear what is being said by everyone and don't just glance over things.
Sure.
That wasn't me crying. That was just me stumbling because my mouth was so hot.
Might be sweating.
Making sure that I have heard everything, I can judge properly, I can take in what I heard and respond correctly because in my position, my response has to be a correct response. I will be judged on it at the end of the day.
Sure.
And like I said, I have to make sure that I'm not taking in myself, I'm not taking in you, I am not taking in Rob, I am not taking in I am taking in Banko Beverage Co.
As a whole.
And that is how I respond to the answer. Is this the best decision for Banko Beverage Co.?
Sure. Well, thank you, Tony. This has been great. And shout out Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza for donating us.
Thank you, Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza. These were absolutely
wings are
incredible.
fantastic. The last three, I don't know how I'm going to say about that, but thank you.
Thank you, brother.
See ya.
Wow.
They don't need the jacket anymore.
Yeah, Banko. Wow. Banko Beverage. Banko. Thank you. Yeah, Banko Beverage. Banko. off Banko, bank off Banko.